everybody, I'm hopping on today because I want to talk a little bit about the Lumen Metabolism Tracker. And it looks like this. You turn it on right here and it works with an app on your phone. And what it does is it measures the carbon dioxide in your breath. So basically what you do is you take the cap off, you take an inhale, and the app tells you how long to inhale. So you inhale, you hold your breath, then you evenly exhale. And you do this once or maybe a couple of times, and then the metabolism tracker will tell you if you are burning fat, mostly fat, a combination of carbohydrate and fat, mostly carbs, or all carbohydrates. So what I do, I've been doing this a few months, like I said, and when I started, my goal was different than it is now. My goal when I started was I wanted to learn how to fuel my runs, because I was always a fasted runner. I would run in the morning before I ate anything. And for many, many years, that worked just fine for me. But as I aged and as I hit menopause, I noticed I was gaining all this belly fat around the middle, and that is mucho no bueno. Nobody wants belly fat like that, right? So I was learning about cortisol, because when you stress your body, you spike your cortisol. And those of us of a certain age don't have the estrogen to aid in our recovery. So we feel the stress more than we did when we were younger, and therefore we gain this fat around the middle. And that's what I really wanted to figure out how to not have. So I used the Lumen to show me if I needed fuel, if I was burning fat in the morning, or if I needed to fuel a run. It will clearly tell you after you do the inhale and the exhale whether or not you should have a little snack before you run. So that was my first goal. Then, enter the holidays and I gained some holiday weight. I also used the Lumen. Then I switched my goals to a little weight loss so I could lose that holiday weight. And what's really cool about the tracker is in the app, how many of us, when you try to lose weight and they tell you to dial in these macros and you figure what the heck am I supposed to eat? What's really cool about the Lumen is right in the app, it tells you for the day, based on the workouts you're going to do and your activity levels and the intensity of the workouts you're going to do. It tells you what your macro breakdown is, meaning your fats, carbohydrates, and protein. So it tells you how many grams of each to aim for. And also there's a food log built right in. So when I started out, I was using my FitnessPal. Oops, just dropped the cap. I was using my FitnessPal, but then they built the macro counter and the food log right in the app. It could not be more convenient. It is really wonderful. So you eat something in the morning, you have your coffee, whatever, you punch it right in and it keeps a tally of your carbs. And this is not keto. This is not low carb by any means, and it's really not even counting calories. It's really training your metabolism to burn fat. Now, personally for me, I spent many, many years running marathons and half marathons, several per year. So I really taught my body to burn the sugar, because you fuel that kind of running with carbs. And that's natural and that's fine. However, I don't run like that anymore. And I hit a certain age, like I said, and the belly fat was piling on. So Lumen has really helped me. It's been so fascinating because number one, you have to be patient with it. And it just and you have to be consistent, of course. So I will blow it first thing in the morning. I wake up and I inhale and exhale with the Lumen to see what happened all night. Was I burning fat? Was I burning mostly carbs? Whatever. So what I did yesterday or the past few days has a lot to do with what that morning reading is going to be. So what I found is the more I use this, it's like knowledge is power. And the more I'm consistent with using the Lumen, the more I've learned about myself and my metabolism. So I use it in the morning. I will use it again before I go to work out. I will use it after my workout. I will use it before I eat. Basically, the more you use the Lumen, the more information you can get. So, it's been a struggle for me because, well, honestly, when I started, I wasn't even counting the macros. But the minute I dialed in the macros is when I was able to lose the holiday weight. Because once I started focusing on hitting that protein number, if you're taking in the right amount of protein, not only are you helping your body recover, and everything fitness related, protein will take away all those nasty cravings for carbohydrates and junk food. At least in my case, it did. So once I dialed in the macros, and trust me, I was this kind of person who thought I could just sort of eyeball it and do it intuitively. And I could, but once I started dialing in the macros, everything changed. Once I really worked hard to get the ideal protein, to dial in the protein, everything kind of fell into place, and I was able to start burning more fat. So, I'm still a work in progress and I'm still learning, but I'm very impressed with this little tool. So if you decide to get one, I'll put a link for you, and I've got a discount code as well. But like I said, be patient with it. It doesn't, your metabolism wasn't built overnight, so be patient with it, and just have fun with it, because there's tons and tons of learning. Thanks for joining me today.